No longer am I just a man. I'll only go by Superman. You look at me as just a guy, but I hide deep inside. I can fly. I'm super strong, and I know the difference between right and wrong. See through everything unless it's made of lead. Kryptonite is the only thing that I dread. I could go on all day. I am the man. But you'd rather I talk about saving you, which I seem to do just about every day. For true justice and the American way, and I never guess. Superman is just how it sounds. I'm a Superman, just making my rounds. And I will save you, cause that's what the brave do. I'm known as the Man of Steel with a heart of gold.
Yes, and welcome to the Humble Kingz comic book show. I am your host, Ramon. Up above me,
Ramon.
well, we're gonna go to T first. Over all the way to the left there, we have the man, the myth, the legend, and the pastor, T. Barlow.
Grace and peace.
All right. And to his right, we have my father's brother's nephew, cousins, former roommate, babysitter, scoutmasters, teachers, haters, teammate, coach, player, Star Wars lover, kryptoniter, Adrian.
Still don't know when we got the Star Wars lover in there.
What's
yeah.
what's
Hey.
a kryptoniter though?
Yeah. Now he's making it worse now.
A kryptoniter.
And then over to my immediate left, we have our judge today, Jessica Hester. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
You call it Jessica Hester in that?
Jessica Hester.
Jessica Hester that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just Jessica Hester that.
Jessica, don't call me Rabbit. Hester that. Yeah.
All
I
right.
gained a lot of last names.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do our. If you're joining us, we're going to do finally get to do after a number of continuous. We're finally getting it done today. We're doing our Superman trial. T. Barlow has his Superman shirt on. Adrian has his Superman colors on, but I care about somebody.
Save Martha.
Yep.
Martha's not even in the equation right now. So.
Hey,
we are trying to put Superman in jail so that we can save Martha because she's going to be next.
I gotta tell you, I actually like that shirt. Where did you find that?
It's some crazy t-shirt site that does like bootleg shirts.
That
It's
is
actually the same site that I got the Star Trek one with the DJ.
okay.
I got all kind of good ones.
That's funny. I also want to say it is actually a huge coincidence that I'm wearing this shirt right now. Like
you didn't think about it? You just put it.
It was today's shirt. You know, it was, my wife had it sitting out, and I was like, ooh, it's clean. You know,
I literally bought this shirt for it, and I wore it today. I love it. I'll send you the link for it though. Yeah, I love it. Thank you for everybody who's joining us. Man, 10 people. All right, so it's a lot this week. We're double our what we normally
Our normal.
Well, let's open it up. Should the defendants do the opening?
No, you go first because you're the prosecutor.
Exactly.
Opening statement.
Yes, indeed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, but who is not voting. First, I would like to say thank you, Jessica, for joining us. You were very lovely.
Here he goes with the butt kissing. Objection, Your Honor.
Wedding, and I hope you love my gift. And Roger, that is the best rapper in the Humble Kingz, and I dare anybody to say otherwise. All right.
Well, now I know you're kissing butt.
Right. He said the same thing to Judge GT.
Well, GT's music suck now.
This is wild. This is about to be go. Carry on.
All right. The state is here to prove today that Superman, aka Kal-El, aka Clark Kent, is guilty of several counts. He is guilty of plotting and murdering his father. He is guilty of a count of elderly neglect for not helping him out. He is guilty of countless of thousands of lives, neglect in each and every last one of them, and second-degree murder. We will prove that he is guilty of first-degree murder, of execution of Zod. We will also prove that he started the war. The war could have easily been over if he would have just turned himself over to Zod like he asked. And that is it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. And once we get that guilty verdict, Your Honor, we would like him to be executed just like this animal in the dip. We want him to put into molten kryptonite and dipped in real slow by the judge here, just like in this video. We will trial and we will execute Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of false statements there, but go ahead.
Are we ready for me?
Yeah.
Well, Your Honor, today we stand in defense of Clark Kent, also known as Kal-El or Superman, a beacon of hope and a protector of our world. Now, the charges against him are serious. Neglect resulted in the death of his father, Jonathan Kent, the destruction of Metropolis during his battle with General Zod, and the killing of Zod himself. Now, to reach a fair and just verdict, we must carefully consider the extraordinary circumstances and profound moral dilemmas that Clark faced. Now, first, we anticipate that the prosecution will argue that Clark's failure to save his father, Jonathan Kent, during a tornado constitutes neglect. He's going to likely suggest that Clark, possessing extraordinary powers, should have defied his father's explicit wishes and saved him. However, it is crucial to understand the context. Jonathan Kent's decision was driven by a desire to protect Clark's identity and the world from the chaos and fear that could arise from the revelation of his powers. Clark's adherence to his father's wishes, even at the cost of immense personal loss, was a testament to his respect for his father's guidance and his deep sense of responsibility. This was not neglect, but a heart-wrenching choice made out of love and duty. Next, the prosecution will likely highlight the extensive destruction of Metropolis as a result of Superman's battle with General Zod. Now, he's going to probably argue that Superman's actions led to unnecessary collateral damage. Now, however, we must remember that General Zod was a formidable adversary with powers equal to Superman's. And the intent on the total annihilation, he had this intent on the total annihilation of humanity. Superman was thrusted into an impossible situation where he had to fight to protect the very existence of our planet. The destruction of Metropolis, while tragic, we don't want to minimize that, while tragic, was an unavoidable consequence of Zod's relentless assault. Superman's efforts were focused on minimizing the casualties and protecting as many lives as possible under these extreme circumstances. Now, finally, the prosecution is most likely going to argue that the killing of Zod was an act of murder. Now, he's probably going to claim that Superman had other options. He may try to say he could have did this, that, and the other, but in the final moments of their battle, Zod posed an immediate and deadly threat to innocent lives, and he made it clear that he would never stop until humanity was destroyed. In that split-second decision, Superman acted to save those lives. It was a choice made under extreme duress, driven by an unwavering commitment to protect humanity. Ending Zod's life was a necessary action to prevent further catastrophic loss. Superman's actions throughout these events were guided by a profound sense of duty and love for humanity. He faced unimaginable choices, carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he acted with the best intentions to safeguard humanity. While the consequences were tragic, again, we don't want to minimize that. While the consequences were tragic, they were the result of an extraordinary and unprecedented situation. So as we proceed, let us consider the extraordinary circumstances, the moral conflicts, and the immense pressures that Superman faced. Let us recognize his commitment to protecting humanity and his profound sacrifices. And in doing so, I believe that we can understand that his actions were not neglectful or malicious, but were driven by a deep sense of responsibility and love for the people of Earth. Thank you.
Judge.
Oh, because we already
Where do you?
won our
I mean,
case,
where do you
that's
want me to start? 'Cause you came off of everything.
Wants to tell me to go ahead and present my case.
Present your case.
And
yeah.
you don't get to tell the judge what she has. No, I was playing. Okay,
I'm not supposed to just talk in the courtroom
Yeah,
without.
yeah, I get
Right. Yeah, go ahead. Present your case.
I'm about to say, did I put you to sleep?
Okay, Judge, if you will pay attention to the middle of the scene, we will show you here.
Come on, Kent.
Just how disgruntled Clark was. His father was very abusive to him, and he would allow him in this very scene to get picked on
Come on, fight back.
by bullies. I'm going to turn
Get
this
up,
down a little
Kent.
bit so we don't get kicked off of YouTube.
Is that it?
And make sure that I talk over this.
Is that all you got?
But as you see here, Clark is holding himself back because his father told him that he cannot fight back. But as you see, his father, he's watching the whole thing. He ain't saying, hey, stop. He ain't running out there to save his son. This is mentally abusive. Look how he says he knows. Are you okay?
Are you all right?
Are you all right? Because he know that is traumatizing for a child to have to deal with. Years and years of abuse by Jonathan Kent drove Clark, Superman, Kal-El mad, especially once he figured out that Jonathan is not his father. Going to my next clip here. So here I stopped here because Clark decided that he was gonna let his dad stay behind so that he can go save a dog.
No.
You know that I know that he's fast enough. You know that he is strong enough and he can't get hurt. But he also know how his dad is. His dad wants to be a hero. He wants to be like Clark, but he cannot. And what does Clark do? He runs away, knowing that his dad is not fast enough. He is not strong enough to save him. Save himself. Fast forward. There we go. You want to be at right here. Right there, Clark can save his dad. And I'm going to pause right there. The defense is going to argue that he obeyed his dad. And I want the defense and anybody else who is watching right now to tell me that if you had a chance to save your father and he told you not to, raise your hand if you would not have done it.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
That is speculation.
I'm asking you. So anyway, but he decided to let his dad die there.
And
And
his background music is killing me.
Let me see.
Right?
You see that? Yeah. No tears. Nothing. Oh no.
Your family.
My dad. So we're going back to the beginning here. I want you to see this again. I want you to hear how he says that.
That's all right, Martha.
Clark is unbelievably upset as this is happening,
We're not your parents.
Your Honor. And I want you to see this.
We've been doing the best we can.
Look very carefully. I'm going to put this on the big screen.
So maybe our best isn't good enough anymore. Look,
Did you see that?
Dad, hold on.
Did you guys see that? All right. We're going to play it in slow motion. Did you see that? Look very carefully. Still didn't see it. We're going to go frame by frame on the next one here. First frame. Next frame. Did you see it? We're going to do it one more time. First frame. Next frame.
God.
Next frame. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. I want you to understand that Clark took off in that split second and ran out of the car. He started a tornado just as that moment and got back in the car.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection. He's making a mockery. Of
Just
his-
you know what? And made a tornado that killed his father.
He
How do
has
we know that
proof
he's
that
fast
he
enough
started
to
that
do that?
tornado.
Yeah, exactly.
How do
What-
we know that he's fast enough to do that? Do I have to show you?
I don't know, Barry.
Look
I
how
need
fast
proof
this
that
guy
that
is.
tornado was started
He
by
was
him and not
running.
mankind.
I just showed you proof, Your Honor. He was gone. Superman is very fast. He is actually faster than the fast. Look at this. He's not even trying. He's flying. My case is rest.
Well, that was a rookie Flash, so that doesn't really. He's still learning his powers in that, so we can't even compare those two.
yeah. So you want to go?
Can we dissect that scene yet, or
Yes. Dissect it.
okay?
Yeah.
So he asked, what would any of us have done in that situation? Well, frankly, it's really almost impossible to say what anyone would do in any situation. It's easy to sit here and say what you would do when you're not presented with that situation. We did not have Clark's upbringing. None of us were in that situation, and none of us have Clark's abilities. So it's fair. It's not fair to say what any of us would do. That's all speculation. I could say, yes, I would leap into action, but when the chips are down, we won't know how we're going to react to a situation until we're in it. We all would like to tell ourselves that, hey, in an emergency situation, we will be the hero, but we don't know what that situation will look like until you're actually presented with it. He liked to highlight the fact that Clark got upset with his father and said, "You're just a guy who found me in the field." Well, for anyone who is a father raising a teen child, teens they have outbursts with very just nonsensical things. Best way to put it. They say things
Your Honor,
because
you can't
they're
prove
hor-
that he
they're
said
hormonal.
out of-
They're hormonal. They're going through puberty. He was clearly a
Your
teen.
Honor, objection. Clark is not a human being.
He still has.
That
He
is
still has.
speculations of how he will feel. He is not a human being. He is an alien from another planet.
So he doesn't get angry. So you're saying that he was. You're saying that he was vengeful, right? Correct.
I mean, that's what you're saying. Are you saying he was vengeful?
That's what your argument is. He was being vengeful, right? But now you're saying he doesn't have feelings.
No one said he didn't have feelings. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
See, he done messed up my flow.
You're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah.
Back to what I say. He is a
Since we are not bringing up that he came off of a spaceship, so we are going to consider him human.
So he is a teen that is clearly just going through the motions. And as we saw there, you said that he sent his father to go get the dog. Clark was more than willing to go get the dog, and his father.
I did say sent his father to get the dog.
No, he did not say that.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, I misquoted you.
Martha
Either way, his father did tell him to get his mother to safety, which again he obeyed his father, honoring thy mother and thy father, his father's wishes. Get your mother to safety, which he did. And in that moment, as he was going clearly to go save his father, again, his father clearly gave him the sign not to intervene, again, honoring his father's wishes. He was trying to be very respectful of his father's wishes, as you saw, even in the clip of him being a child, him being bullied. You said that he allowed his son to get bullied, and he told his son to hold back. Clark could kill these people with one punch. I'm like, he doesn't want to hurt anybody, as we're going to clearly see. Clark is a hero with a kind heart, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody that he doesn't need to. These kids pose no threat to him, as even you said yourself, and Jonathan even pointed out, they didn't hurt you physically, maybe mentally, yes. I can see how that could be a little scarring, but not to the point where he should physically retaliate against these kids.
Speculation. The defense is not a psychiatrist, so he has no idea if it's going to be a little scarring.
I will take that.
You want to jump in there, TM? You want to jump in there?
Yeah, I had a quick question about that scene in the car. I believe the prosecutor says something to the extent of Clark not recognizing Jonathan as dad. You know, he made mention of the outburst of saying, like, you're not my father. And just to kind of to piggyback and bring some more strength to my co-counsel's argument of it being an outburst. He says right before they recognize the tornado, and I quote, "Look, Dad," which goes to show that he knew he said something that he didn't really mean. Sounds to me, you know, that look, Dad, seems like it was getting ready to formulate into an apology, which I would say actually destroys the idea.
Your Honor, speculation.
I'm gonna let him continue.
Yeah, I'm about to say it is typically when somebody comes to somebody that you love, and you say, "Hey, look," and then you address them. We know that ultimately, like, what follows behind is like, you know what, I've been out of pocket here. I'm sorry, this, that, and the other. There's definitely at least an implication that was a possibility. But even after the fact, when he was under the bridge with his mom, and his father holds up his hands and says no, to tell him not to come, and he sees his father dies, he screams out, and I quote, "Dad." And it was the type of scream that you scream for somebody and when you're in anguish, when you're hurt, when you want to just see them safe, but you can't. So I would argue that those actions would counteract this notion that he vengefully let his father just die. And yeah, so I just wanted to add that piece in there.
I had nothing else for that scene. I feel like I got all my points across.
And now, what is your reasoning for why he would have put his hand up for him to stop his from being rescued? I mean,
Yes.
we all knew Superman could get there and back.
Are you asking us or are you asking the
Yes,
prosecutor?
I'm asking you guys.
Yeah. So again, I believe that Jonathan's intent was to do what he knew his son was sent there to do. Was he was trying to protect his son. That was the only way he knew. That was the only way that he could be stronger, strong in that sense. He saw him knowing the world that we live in, which when you look at the next movie to follow, of course, we see that this world did have a lot to say about who this Superman was and so forth. Jonathan foresaw that, and he just knew, like, listen, this ain't the time for you. Like, there's so much more. You're young, you're still growing, you're still learning things about yourself and so forth, learning what type of person that you want to be. That was his act. That was his way to protect his son.
So do you feel that Jonathan pretty much in terms did a commitment of suicide?
Not necessarily. Suicide and sacrifice are two different things.
Okay.
Suicide is done
Or I
really
guess sacrificed himself to save his son.
Yeah. Right.
And his signature.
Yeah. Yeah. So much. You know, I mean, not that he planned to do that day, but he knew that that's what that moment called for. His whole life, that, you know, in order for him to be consistent as a father, he had been telling his son, like, hey, like, listen, you know, you got to be really careful about how you respond to certain situations. And even when it came to, like, with the bus drowning situation, we're
not there yet, though.
You haven't shown us any bus thing, so you have to show us.
That cannot be with the bus if we're doing the tornado right now.
Okay, well. I mean, I get that.
He can do the bus.
What I'm trying to
he has to show that.
No, what I'm trying to do is establish precedence and consistency. You know, because he had asked his father, he says, "What would you have me do? Just let them drown?" He's like, "But I don't know." You know, but his father's whole point was, it's like, hey, you have to be careful with how you present yourself out here in this world at this time. And so that was, and to be consistent with everything that he's been saying, it would have been inconsistent of him to have said, "Come get me, son."
Prosecutor, do you have anything else?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to throw something in there. I just oh man, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
You want me to go and then you?
Yeah, go ahead. If it comes back to me, I'll sorry.
Okay,
it's okay.
So the defense team mentioned how Clark screamed, and that scream was in agony, and I will say, or a good actor. I'm sure I can do the same thing if I wanted to, especially if I didn't want to get caught in committing a murder, especially that of the person who raised me. Clark did not need protection from anyone. He is Superman. I mean, he doesn't need any protection. You know, the only reason why people know that he gets weakened from kryptonite is because he tells people. I mean, he's not very smart. And last but not least, since the defense brought up the bus, that's just another prime example of the mental abuse that Jonathan has put upon his son. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Adrian, you got what you were going to say?
Yeah. So I just wanted to just kind of touch back on what T said. So you asked why Jonathan stopped him. There were several times where he did say the world is not ready. The world's not ready to know of your existence, or that there's more out there than there's more life out there. It's going to shake the very belief system that we believe in. And as a father, again, for those who are those are parents, a good parent would do anything to protect their child. And not knowing, and still at this particular point in Clark's life, he was still growing. He was still, as T said, he was still a child. He was a teenager. We don't Clark nor Jonathan knew the full extent of Clark's powers or weaknesses at this point. So to expose his son to Lord only knows what kind of scrutiny or attacks that he could have been brought upon him, because I'm sure they didn't go out into a field and just shoot him. So he probably don't even know that he's bulletproof at this point in time. So he wanted to protect his son. So he did what any good parent would do. He sacrificed himself. He sacrificed himself to protect his child. And I think that's what. So for him to say that Jonathan was a neglectful, abusive father, I disagree. He was a loving, caring father who protected himself, who sacrificed himself to protect his only child. That's all I had to add.
Anything else?
I believe the defense rests on this particular scene, unless the prosecution says something else ridiculous. But no, other than
No,
that.
you already went. Go ahead and call adjusting, Your Honor. There's no call. He's a very uncalled for that. I would like it if you hold him in contempt. Maybe a fine would be nice.
If it happens again, it's going to be a fine.
There we go. Thank you. I
would draw the statement. I would draw the statement.
A call for a recess. I would like to ask for a recess, Your Honor.
Okay, we can do a recess.
All right. And everybody, thank you for watching. Let's get to clip of the week. Yes, clip of the week is brought to you by First Student. Click that link in the description. $23 an hour, $2,500 sign-on bonus. All that is going up next month. Yeah, next month because we're in July right now. Click on that link. Those prices that I've gave you, those numbers that I gave you is good for Omaha. Each city has their own different prices and numbers, but that link is good anywhere in the United States and in Canada. Thank you. All right. I didn't have any clips this week. Adrian sent in 2, so we're gonna do both of Adrian's. This actually was the first week I didn't have any clips.
Actually, I sent in a grip like last week, but okay.
Oh crap. Okay.
That's all good though.
When you guys are doing your thing.
We'll get those. We'll get them next week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So do his. Yeah.
Last week was so crazy, bro. That's my fault.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, you went too far. Oh no, that was it.
No, that was it.
Where's the music at?
I don't know. The music didn't record. Let me make sure. So yeah, I see that one before. I don't know why the music is not in on this one, but
it's funnier with the music, but it's fine.
See what happened. Oh, the second one. This person, I don't. Why are they messing with Thanos like that? Pimp slap.
Dog, that is crazy.
Let's watch that again.
I almost need to see this with the music on now.
Yeah, I know. Thanos gave an open-handed smack to the lip, bro.
Trying to get
open-handed smack to the lip. The glasses came off too. So
that is wow.
That's actually what Jonathan was doing to Clark.
Uncalled for. You have to pay a fine if you do that again.
Yeah.
We're in a recess.
That's all right. No, the ethics still follows.
All right.
Golly.
All right. Let's get to our next thing here.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. Call us in.
All right. We're gonna do the elderly neglect now. Or you want to?
No, that was already that we already did all that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what do you want to do now?
When he didn't help him out.
So I think we're on a Metropolis destruction.
Yeah, we're on a destruction and the killing of Zod.
All right, I'm gonna let the defense team go first.
Okay, go ahead, defense.
Okay, so if we're gonna start off, then can we go with Ramon? Can you play my third video?
Number 3.
And before you play it, let me add, because your argument is that
you don't know what my argument is. I ain't give you an argument yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, go, before you start it up, okay, so
that one, right?
Release.
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
Yeah. So in this clip here, we're going to we're gonna show this clip here, and we're gonna show we're gonna show in this video that the amount of damage that the you're the prosecutor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that the prosecutor is gonna say was very, I'm gonna say minimum compared to the damage that was caused by General Zod. I believe you said that the war could have been prevented. I believe is what you said. As we're gonna see here, Zod had no intention whatsoever, because Clark did actually surrender, and Zod had no intention of ever letting mankind live. He was going to terraform the earth, which you're going to see here, which there was no surviving that. So I would like you guys to watch this clip, and then Can you stop it right there?
Yep.
So I wanted to highlight that part again because um, we've established, like she said, if you go near this machine, you'll be weaker. So he was so he willingly went into this to danger, knowing that this could be a one-way ticket for him, knowing that he could possibly lose his powers or again be weaker around this machine. That he may not even be able to stop. So he willingly went in there to almost possibly sacrifice himself for the greater good of our planet. He still went in there to stop this machine that could have killed him, to save Earth, to stop the destruction that this machine had caused. Not knowing exactly the full extent of his power or the full extent of this machine, but he went in there single-handedly by himself, knowing good well that he'd be weak around the machine and not even knowing if he could stop it, but he still took the hero's journey for us, for mankind, to save, to save this planet that he loves so much. That's all I have for that. Do you want to add to that, T?
Honestly, at this point, I think you said everything that needs to be said. I just want to reiterate the fact that this man clearly went into a situation where he wasn't sure if he was going to survive it for the sake of stopping the destruction of the world. Terraforming the world is definitely, I think it could be argued, it's far more chaotic than buildings falling, and that's not to minimize the buildings that have failed and the people that have died in that. But it's just saying, like, we think about the grand scale of the conflict here. Here we have somebody making the decision. So those are the only comments that I have to add at this time.
Okay, prosecution or prosecutor.
Okay, Your Honor, since the defense opened up Clark's oh my God, brain fog. Since the defense opened up Clark's upbringing and with saying honor thy mother and father, obviously indicating that he was raised in a church as a Christian in some way, I would like to start off with Exodus 20. Exodus 20, verse 15. Thou shalt not steal. There we go. What do we see? Him stealing.
Objection, Your Honor.
You opened it up.
None of the charges here against our client is for thievery. So at this point here, I have to argue for relevance.
Your Honor, my
but we could keep playing that part. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Your Honor,
objection, Your Honor. You just married. So.
My argument is that they said that his upbringing was of him being the character that he is, and we see right here that his upbringing had nothing to do with it because he is right there stealing. All right. They opened it up, so I let them do that. All right, next, Your Honor, we're gonna go to right here. We're gonna I attempt to show you how little Clark actually cared about other people's lives. I didn't think it was gonna take this long. Just want to go right through it. Freaking greenhorn. All right, so what if that guy was not fast enough to push Clark out of the way? And I don't even know how he was able to push Clark out of the way. That does not make sense when you really think about it, because you cannot push Superman over. But for the sake of argument, he did. And we see right there, Clark can move fast. He can hear things. He has super hearing and all this other stuff, but he didn't know to get his butt out of the way and put his fellow shipmate in harm's way. We're also going to open up how the defense opened the bots about how it's not in there. So we're going to skip that. All right. I don't know what happened to that video. So we're gonna go here. Gosh, I get where I want. Okay, here we go. That's where I want it. The reason why I showed that, Your Honor, again, I want you to show the neglect that Clark is in. He is Superman. He has superhero hearing powers, and he couldn't hear that he was being followed. Lewis was not trying to be quiet in any other way, and that was done on purpose so that he can save her. The point that I'm making here, Your Honor, is Clark is an ego maniac. He has this godlike mentality, and he was not worried about saving anybody. It's all about stroking his ego. It was all about himself. He did it for us. No, he did it for himself. Just like Rikishi didn't do it for The Rock, he did it for himself.
Oh my God.
All right. Zod has told our U.S. Army that there would not be war upon our world if they gave up Clark. And they gave up Clark, and Clark knew. He actually said himself that he would give himself up in order for the greater good of mankind. But what did Clark do? He leaves the ship in order to save one person. I want to give you some facts here, Your Honor. The collision damage done to New York by Superman during Man of Steel has been professionally estimated as I cannot say the word, as an estimated amount of $750 billion. To put that in perspective, the total physical damage inflicted by the same city in 9/11 terrorist attack was only 55 billion. I also, where did we go? Oh, okay, and this is from BuzzFeed that talks about where to go. Oh, there we go. Oh no, this is from WTC. Estimate that 129,000 people were killed. Over 250 went missing. Over 250,000 went missing, and almost 1 million were injured. The impact was similar to a 20-ton nuclear explosion airburst. Before I show you the disaster that Clark put upon our cities, knowing that he could have easily just said, "Come on, Zod, fly over here, fight me over here." No, he decided to do it in front of everybody so that he can be put on social media saving us while actually destroying our city. And what do we get from that? What do we get after the disaster? Before I show the disaster, what do we get? We get this, Your Honor. We get this creepy, I'm going to put it here. This creepy smile. Look at this creep. Look at the creep. Look at the smuck on this guy's face. Does this look like a person who is upset that he killed hundreds of thousands of people and caused billions of dollars in damage and hurt over millions of people? No. Showing off his S that stands for hope. That doesn't make sense. Let's go to the clip.
Objection, Your Honor. I need to object. If he can put a pause to this real quick.
Go ahead.
What's your objection?
My objection is that he's admitting evidence that it's not considered canon to this Snyderverse. For one,
Thank you.
What are you talking about? That is
That's bad CGI. That's been stricken from
That video is out.
that video.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. It was put in the theater.
Someone did that on a bad YouTube channel. So
yeah, the evidence that he just submitted is the equivalent of an AI. Like legit, like that is nowhere near within the canonicity of the works that Snyder has done. That is actually a perversion of it. So there's that piece. Also, I meant to say this earlier, but I want to object to the speculation that his intention was to be on social media. We have no way of proving that.
I just proved it right there.
No. What you did was you admitted you admitted evidence that
We cannot go by hearsay here. So
right. You admitted.
So Your Honor,
you admitted some doctored evidence is what that was.
No, Your Honor, is the evidence doctored?
Yes, the evidence was doctored.
I believe the evidence might have been doctored.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes.
the evidence was put out there during the movie.
It doesn't matter if it was put out. If the fact
It
that
was put out there.
If it was doctored,
Do we
it was
have
Superman-
access to the person that put that video out?
we do not have Josh Whedon here available. We're talking about what Snyder had put together in the story that Snyder told and the character, and so Josh Whedon is a completely different movie. Everybody who's watched both of those movies, which by the way, that was a Justice League clip.
It's still
Everybody who watched both of those videos,
and both are canon.
Everybody who watched
canon.
both of those movies have said, and I mean, from critics alike, have said that those are actually
yes,
two different
Your Honor,
movies.
everybody did not say that. This guy didn't.
Well, in all fairness, that guy is biased. but I think
Your Honor, again with the insults.
let him
we're gonna have to find if you're gonna keep insulting.
let him have his bad CGI moment.
Yeah, he got it. That's fine. I mean,
it's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I don't know where my scene at it from the destruction. Did you have that? The destruction of the city scene?
When they started fighting?
Yeah,
but I was I do, but
you know what number that is? Yeah, because mine is missing.
It's funny how you got the faulty evidence, but you don't have the legit stuff.
Oh my God, shut up.
Like an
it's gonna be
Objection on that.
1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4,
I'm
6.
I retract my statement.
Number 6.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. No, not that one. Wait. Yeah, 6. Wait.
Or is it 8?
1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, because I got mine's numbered. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6.
6. Okay.
Look at this.
Your Honor, first I would like you to point out that you see Superman watching Zod just destroy this building. He could have easily just speared him into oblivious, but he's going to stand and watch him destroy it with his laser eyes that he does not know how to control.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, excuse me. Can you repeat what you just said real quick?
Yeah, can you repeat that, please? Because
Superman just watched Zod destroy a building instead of spearing him out of now I can't even say it. Spear him out of Kingdom Come, and just instead he just watched him destroy that building with laser eyes that he knew he couldn't control.
Okay, that's all.
Now Superman's going to chase him after he's leaving when he had a perfect example. Let's go back when he had the perfect opportunity. The perfect opportunity. The perfect opportunity to stop all this disaster. He's just gonna watch. He's just gonna watch. We're gonna fast forward. So I want to like to show that Superman loves picking and choosing when he's going to do something good or when something bad. In this case, he's killed again over 200,000 people, but it's those 4 people that sets him off that he can no longer take anymore. Two, again, because the defense opened it up, we're going to go back to Exodus 20:13. Thou shalt not kill. Thank you.
Defense, do you have anything to say?
Oh, I have a whole lot to say. Want to show some clips too. So back when the prosecutor showed the clip of the boat, they said that Superman does not care about life, and he showed 2 clips to illustrate how he doesn't care about life. Can we show my first video, and can we start at about 45 seconds in? It's kind of the video you showed, but with more context and not
Number
just
one?
pick. Yeah, number 1, please, and start about 45 seconds into that. So just shortly after where you cut it.
I started in the same spot. What are you talking about?
Or did it end? Okay. So as you can, so in case you didn't catch that, the Coast Guard said, "What about the people inside? Forget about them," was their statement. Clark or Superman went out of his way to go over to the oil rig to save these men that were trapped in there, get them out, and stayed behind holding up this tower as long as he could for the helicopter to make it safely away. Not only saving the individuals that were trapped in there, but the rescue personnel as well. That man is a hero who cares about life 100 times over. I would like to show another clip to show again his quote unquote well, not even quote unquote, to show how much he does care about life. Can you play my second clip, please? Video 2. So pause it for a second.
Is it true what's outside of?
Keep in mind, he's only known Lois for a few days. At this particular point in the movie, this is, you know, days. This is only days after the clip that you showed of him rescuing her, when you said he didn't care about her life, and you made claim that he should have heard her. He has to focus, like with any of us. He has super hearing, yes, but that doesn't mean he just hears everything all the time. He has to focus, just like any of us has to. If I want to focus on a noise down the hallway, I have to focus on that. I can't pick out every sound that I can't hear everything simultaneously. I have to focus on what I want to listen to. Clark has to do the same thing.
As a
So
matter of fact,
I don't have to focus.
to piggyback off of that, we see earlier when he was a kid, when he was a child, his mother taught him how to do that because he was hearing everything. So she taught him how to zero in and focus in on whatever it is he's focusing on at the moment. So that adds evidence to what he just said there.
So I just want to. So let's show the second clip. Like I said, this is only a few days after the incident that you showed. So
what clip?
Go ahead and play the one right.
He can't help it. It's a good movie. He can't help it.
Yeah.
You want to just watch the whole thing.
It's okay.
No, I'm getting my other clip here.
Okay. Yeah. So to my point there. So what Jarrell said to him, you can save her, you can save them all. So he left the ship to save Lois, again, a person that he's only known for a few days, and to go back to save the planet, to save the entire planet. And you mentioned that 200,000 deaths. Is that correct? Am I misquoting you, or is that what you said?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm getting the actual number. If you want the actual number,
well,
it is. Dang it, where's it at? 129,000 deaths, 250 missing, over 1 million injured.
And you're saying that is from our client.
Correct.
Okay, so
correct the Mundo.
So as we showed earlier, did we not see the destruction that the machine caused, the terraforming machine? Did we not show the devastating impact of that and how that impacted?
Yes, it's been thrown into evidence.
Yeah.
So okay, I just wanted to make sure I
already answered that question for you.
I just wanted to make sure that we had that we established that. And then you said that Zod said there would be no war if there would be no war. He did make that comment, and you're right. There was never going to be a war because he had no intention of fighting mankind. He was going to terraform the earth, which he made that very clear. There was never going to be a war because that was never his intent. His intent was to terraform the earth, destroy and make it into Krypton. So you're right. He did say there wasn't going to be a war. So that is irrelevant if Clark surrendered or not, turned himself in or not, because that was never his intent. It was never to fight people. Zod was deceitful about his true intentions from the jump. So he told the people there would be no war. I guess technically he was being honest because there was no intent to fight anyone. And can we go back to video 6? We'll play it from the beginning, please. Then can you just play one, two. Can you play 7? I just wanted to play clip 7, please, and listen to this very carefully.
There's only one way this ends, Cal. Either you die or I do.
Can you replay that one more time so we can just get the context?
There's only one way this ends, Cal. Either you die or I do.
All right, so as you can see, Zod had no intention whatsoever of backing down in any way, shape, or form. He made it very clear that he only cared about Krypton. That was his only goal. That's the only thing he cared about. He had no he gave zero. He didn't care about human life at all. He didn't care about human life at all. His only focus was Krypton's salvation, Krypton's restoration, bringing back Krypton. And like he said, you took that from me, so now I'm going to take this from you, and I'm going to kill every person here, and I will not stop unless you kill me. So that's all I have. That's all I have for as far as those clips. Do you want to add anything, T, before we dive into the death scene?
Yes, I you know what? No, I think you handled that. You can go into the death scene, and then I'll come back when after you make your argument from the death scene piece.
Okay. So can we play the death scene? Which video was that? That was number 8. Start from the beginning, please. Okay, so as you saw, he got Zod down almost in a headlock to a submissive state where most where people who don't have laser eyes would have been subdued. He asked Zod to stop, not once but twice. When Zod replied never and proceeded to try to murder this innocent family, Clark looked at this poor family with this poor child, and again chose human life to save human life. And unfortunately had to make a very tough decision. And that yell at the end, right there is the yell of a man who is completely heartbroken and distraught about his actions. He yelled, I would argue to say, louder when Zod died than when his own father died. He was very heartbroken because he does care about life. Even Zod's life, even though Zod did not deserve any compassion, he did feel compassion for what he did. He was very distraught of what he had to do there. And another thing to add, Zod said multiple times, I was trained from birth to be a warrior. This was Clark's first real fight with anyone. Prior to this, he save puppies. So he never fought anybody. So this is his first real fight. So we can even, some of that's his inexperience too. Him not, maybe not even knowing a better way to handle that situation. Maybe there was other ways, but him not being a trained seasoned fighter or a trained seasoned warrior, trying to stop this, again, seasoned general who's been in multiple battles. Clark did.
Just in your honor, I've not heard about how General Jaw's been in multiple battles. I don't even know what city, state, planet, or galaxy.
He's from Krypton, and he's a general.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. We don't know. You're right.
Established that he's been in battle.
You're right.
Well, the movie opens up with him being in battle with his father.
Yes, and he does say that I have been trained from birth to be a soldier.
Battle is two different things.
But we still know he's been trained from birth. So we can at least say that. So that is factual. He does say I've been trained from birth to be a warrior. So he is fighting a warrior who's been trained from birth to know nothing but, to battle and duke it out with other people. Clark was raised on a farm, had never fought anybody until these Kryptonians showed up. That's all I have to add there. T, if you want to jump in.
Well, to piggyback off of that last point, while it's still fresh, he was fighting a warrior who was trained for birth as a person who has been. Clark himself was a person who was taught restraint all of his life. So like there's a really huge contrast there. Also earlier, I'd like to point out that the prosecution thought it a good idea to point out the fact that while Zod was destroying the buildings, that he could have easily speared him out of Kingdom Come. And that sounds like that could be easily translated as, he could have killed him there, right? His argument has been
kill
like,
kill him.
You said speared him out.
Spear him out. Spear is not killing you.
Spearing somebody out of Kingdom Come
and fly you out of Kingdom Come. Like,
that's
now we're gonna fight in the
that sounds expressly like out of existence. Remember, like you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you. This is something that would be held against you.
No,
because
I
you
did not say the word kill. Just your honor, I did not say the word kill.
He did not say the word kill. He did say the word spear out into a different area.
No, he said out of Kingdom Come. So, but okay,
out of Kingdom Come. But he did not specifically say the words to kill.
I digress, but I'm glad you brought up the fact that he did not specifically say the words to kill, right? Because he also thought it wise in front of a pastor to bring up a scripture that says thou shalt not, right? So I would like to submit, and this is an easily Googleable thing, that in Exodus, when it says thou shalt not, the word is not kill. In Exodus 20:13, its King James Version may have erroneously translated as kill, but the word there is actually murder. Murder and killing are two different things in the Hebrew language. With kill, the word is harag. The Hebrew word is harag. With murder, the Hebrew word is ratzah. So what I'm saying is the scripture is thou shalt not murder. So we're here arguing whether or not if Clark Kent murdered Zod. I would argue he did not murder.
Your honor, to murder somebody means to kill them.
Right, but with malicious intent.
Exactly.
With malicious intent. All right, everybody, there's a difference. There's a reason why David is not guilty of killing Goliath. There's a reason why he wasn't guilty of killing all of the soldiers and stuff that he had to go with.
Your honor, Superman was not sent by God to save us. He is not.
That is not the argument.
He is not a prophet.
The argumentation
he is not a saint.
That is not the argument. The argumentation is that there's a difference between killing and murder, right? And the scriptures makes clear distinctions with that. So I just wanted to point out how that is not a sound argument. And really, I don't need to say too much more other than what my co-counsel has already said. Zod has expressly stated that the only way that this ends is by you dying or me dying. And if Superman were to die, there would have been nobody else to stop Zod from frying the rest of humanity with his laser eyes. And I believe that the defense can rest our case.
Prosecutor, you got anything?
Yes, I will be very short, Your Honor, because I do not want to waste your time and just speak for the sake of speaking. Like,
Objection, Your Honor.
I would like to first say again that Clark did not save those people on the ship for them. He did it for himself. This is why he did it for himself again, because he has a godlike mentality. This is why he did not conceal his face with glasses when he went to go save those guys. We have already established that Clark is at fault of all these people dying and the destruction in the city because he did not stay on the ship. They literally show him get off the ship to save one person, Lewis, because he wanted some poutine, instead of staying on that ship and allowing his
Objection, Your Honor. This is speculation.
Speculation.
Allowing our planet to be saved. I want to play this right. Speculated that he thinks Zod wasn't here to share this work. Speculated. He had no idea. He did not say, Mom, Zod is not here to share the word. He said, I think he is not here to share that word. Next.
Yes, Adrian.
Well, wait till your turn. Wait till your turn.
Okay, I'll write it down. Go ahead. I'll write it down.
Yeah. I want to play this scene one more time. No, wait, let's stop. I want to go back to him saving the 4 people. So, where's my number at? So, apparently Clark had a limit. 129,000 people was okay. That's collateral damage. But 129,004 people was 4 too many. And he had to murder, kill, death. 187 is the police code to Zod. And once he kills Zod, what did he do? What does he do? That is called a war cry, Your Honor. That is a yell of triumph. Ah! I refuse you. That is straight testosterone flowing through his veins. We have all felt that. I've made touchdowns and just yell out of nowhere the triumph of snapping someone's neck and taking their life away. That is what that scream was all about, Your Honor. And last but not least, we're going to go right back to Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. He was raised that there should not be any gods above our God, but he has a godlike mentality and he loves the spotlight. He loves for people to say, save me, Superman, not save me, Jesus.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. And plus, not only that, this man's religious and theological beliefs are not what's on trial here.
No, you guys opened that up. When you said, thou honor thy mother and thy father. You opened that up.
Yeah, but again, his religious beliefs aren't on trial.
You opened it up. You said that he obeyed his dad because honor thy mother and thy father. You opened that up.
No, we referenced that as an example of how people honor their mothers and fathers. But sure,
did they not open it up or not?
There is no religious beliefs in this.
Yeah, thank you.
I rest my
So we can quit going back to Exodus, by the way.
Thank you.
Because they started it.
Your Honor, I'm ready for closing statements for the prosecution to give his closing statement.
Yes.
I will give my.
Well, what did Adrian have to say?
Well, because you're saying that Clark said, I think he's not here to share the world. Yes, okay. Clark does not know what Zod's intent are. He didn't. You're absolutely right. And he said, I think he's not here to share the earth. Zod made his intentions very clear. We've already proven that Zod made his intentions very clear to terraform the Earth, which by the admission by the government, we would not survive the terraforming process. There will be no us when Krypton is remade. So regardless what Clark thought, doesn't matter, because Zod proved that he was not going to share the Earth. There would be no Earth for us as we know it, because we would have all not survived the terraforming process. So
Justin, Your Honor, that's speculation.
That's not speculation. How is that speculation?
Because we're in a universe for other superheroes. They
No.
They
Listen,
open that
that's
up
not
too.
speculation. That's science.
Wonder,
speculation.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman.
Did you see?
That's all speculation.
Did you see Aquaman? Did you see any of those heroes help?
They ain't made it yet. They ain't made it over there yet. They had it was.
So who's speculating now?
There's other things that happen in the world. It's not just one. Everything doesn't revolve around New York and Kansas.
I didn't see anybody else step up. That machine did a lot of damage from we could see. It was tearing the world apart.
Speculation of we wouldn't have made it without Superman. Again,
The only other person we saw step up was Bruce Wayne in the next movie.
The world wouldn't have survived, is what they said. They said the world would not survive the terraforming process. That's what they said.
That's science.
Okay.
That's not speculation, but sure.
Okay. End it. Closing.
Yeah, closing.
It's on the prosecution for the
Your Honor, the prosecution has shown all facts that show that Clark Kent has a godlike mentality. He has chosen over and over again who he will save and who he will not save, when he will use his power, when he will not use his power. We have shown that he has neglected to save his dad when he could have. We have shown that he has purposely tried to kill him by causing that tornado. We would like him to be charged with murder and neglect, also with conspiracy to murder. We've also have shown that Clark did not know why Zod was there. So if he would have stayed on the ship, none of this would have not happened. He decided to leave the ship and start a fight, knowing that once he will win that fight, everybody will celebrate him as if he was the only superhero on our earth. We have shown that he did not care about property or life. And for that, we would like him to face a count of neglect and second-degree murder on all those lives, and charge him with over $750 billion worth of damage that he must work off first before he gets put to death in the kryptonite dip. And last but not least, we have shown that Clark enjoys killing, enjoys it, with that last yell of triumph, the beating on the chest, the blood pumping through the veins. He loves it. He wants to be our God. He is not my God. And he is a murderer, stone cold murderer. Thank you, Your Honor.
Next.
Take it to you.
Your Honor.
Should I give her tea time? Should I give him tea time, Your Honor?
I'm watching him.
Your Honor, we reached the conclusion of this trial, and it's now time to reflect on the evidence and arguments presented, not the speculations. My client, Clark Kent, also known as Kal-El or Superman, stands accused of neglect in the death of Jonathan Kent, the destruction of Metropolis during his battle with General Zod, and the killing of Zod himself. Now, as we consider these charges, we must weigh the extraordinary circumstances and the profound moral dilemmas that he faced. The prosecution has argued that Clark's failure to save Jonathan Kent during a tornado constitutes neglect. He suggested that With his extraordinary abilities, Clark should have defied his father's explicit wishes and saved him. However, we must remember that Jonathan Kent's decision was driven by a desire to protect Clark's identity and the world from potential chaos and fear. Clark's adherence to his father's wishes, even at the cost of immense personal loss, was a testament to his deep respect for his father's guidance and his profound sense of responsibility. This was not neglect. This was an act of love and duty. Now, regarding the destruction of Metropolis, the prosecution has emphasized the extensive collateral damage as a result of Superman's battle with General Zod. Again, I'm not here to minimize the extent of the damage, but he's argued that Superman's actions led to unnecessary destruction. Yet, we need to understand, matter of fact, we must understand the context. General Zod, this formidable adversary with powers equals to Superman's, was intent on the total annihilation of humanity. Superman was thrust into an impossible situation where he had to fight to protect the very existence of our planet. The destruction in Metropolis, while tragic, okay, again, not trying to minimize that, not trying to say it was senseless, but the destruction in Metropolis was an unavoidable consequence of Zod's relentless assault. Superman's efforts were focused on minimizing those casualties and protecting as many lives as possible under these extreme circumstances. The prosecutor has presented numbers for how many had died on the grand scale of the world's population. That is like a tip of a pencil. Again, that's not meant to minimize that, but it's meant to show the impact of Superman's diligence in striving to protect our world. Finally, the prosecution claimed that the killing of Zod was an act of murder and argued that Superman had other options, so to speak. Now, in the final moments of their battle, Zod posed an immediate and deadly threat to innocent lives, and he made it clear, abundantly clear, that he was never going to stop until humanity was destroyed. Superman was forced into a split-second decision to save those lives. This was a choice made under extreme duress, driven by an unwavering commitment to protect humanity. Ending Zod's life was what you would call a necessary action to prevent further catastrophic loss. So throughout this trial, we've seen that Superman's actions were guided by a profound sense of duty, a love for humanity, and the ethical teachings of his adoptive parents. He faced unimaginable choices, bearing the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he acted with the best intentions to safeguard humanity. His actions, while resulting in tragic consequences, ultimately prevented greater destruction and a greater loss of life. So, in considering your verdict, I want to ask you to please remember the extraordinary circumstances, as well as the immense pressures that Superman faced. He didn't act out of neglect. He didn't act out of malice, but out of a deep sense of responsibility and love for the people of Earth. He made the best possible decisions in the impossible situations, striving to protect the as many lives as he possibly could. So, Your Honor, I have to declare that Superman is not a criminal. He's a hero who faced unparalleled challenges and made profound sacrifices for the sake of humanity. And so I'm urging you to find him not guilty on all charges. Thank you.
Batman will say otherwise. Recess, Your Honor.
Okay.
While you deliberate.
Well, can I see another video?
I was just gonna play these two videos of just little things, and then we'll just go into that thing.
Sounds great. I'll save it for next week.
Okay. Where are we going? Wrong one. There we go. All right.
Know that Deadpool once tried to blow up Wolverine? Once Logan was sitting down to a nice Chinese dinner, when all of a sudden a nearby duck stuffed with a bomb blew him up. Enter Deadpool, who was hired by someone to kill Wolverine. The merc sets up one elaborate surprise after another, from dropping a piano on Wolvie to having him drag across a highway into oncoming traffic. But when a nearby woman screams that her car's on fire with her baby inside, Wolverine jumps in to save the day, only to find DP has set the whole thing up and the baby is a doll stuffed with a bomb. After unleashing his explosive toddler on Wolverine, DP succeeds in capturing capturing Weapon X. Later, we see that Dakin had tracked down the Merc to kill his father, but Logan then reveals that he hired Deadpool to try and kill him to lure Dakin out of hiding. In the end, Wolverine survives and gets his revenge on his son, and Deadpool has both his hands chopped off. Also, subscribe if you're excited about Deadpool and Wolverine.
I kind of hope they do that in the movie.
Yeah, what a toxic family.
Right.
You're running out of blood.
Now, just give me a second, I'll force heal.
Force what?
I said force heal.
How long has this been a thing?
Like, forever?
That's literally the reason I turned to the dark side. And you're telling me the Jedi could do this the whole time? Can I switch sides again?
No!
Why not?
Because you literally murdered children.
Just a couple.
Okay, you see, this is why you're not a master yet. You're just too immature.
I am not!
Okay, you just gonna stand there, or are you gonna jump already? Because I got things to do.
Oh, I'm jumping.
You jumping?
Could you at least leave my saber here?
Heck no, this is mine now.
I hate you!
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, this could not get much worse.
He did do him dirty though, man. He just left him there, just like, ugh. He put him out of his misery. I hate him too.
Oh my goodness!
Leave him there and watch him burn.
Order in the court.
Such an epic scene.
Yeah, we should dissect that scene. That's a scene to dissect.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jessica.
I find Superman not guilty
Oh,
All charges?
on all charges. Yes,
Oh
he
my
could have saved his father. He could have saved him. But his father wanted him to keep his power a secret for a little bit until they were needed. And how do we know that Superman doing all of that could have caused more of a jeopardy with everybody else with that tornado going? He knew his time was coming. And it was not a war cry at the end.
Thank you.
war cry.
I do believe that
Speculation, Your Honor.
I know we passed all of this. Let the judge talk.
Zeus is
Your
the
Honor,
one.
speculating.
Whatever. Zeus is the one that destroyed the planet because he wanted to make another kryptonite. And on top of that, if Superman did turn himself in, why did he bring a civilian onto that ship if all he wanted was Superman? Because if he wasn't going to destroy the planet and do none of that, he would have never brought another civilian onto that planet with him.
Yeah.
So he already knew he was going to destroy everything. So I find Superman not guilty of any charges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. As we already knew,
Yeah.
and our evidence was much our evidence was much more sound than whatever you presented.
Your Honor, I would like to bring up new charges for RoboCop for the death of Officer Duffy.
You know what? Then let's do that.
Wait, for Officer Duffy?
Yes.
Then let's do RoboCop.
Wait, are we doing the whole thing? Are we doing the whole thing, or are we just doing Officer Duffy?
I can't. Double jeopardy. I can't do anything, but I can.
Okay.
I can put him on trial for Officer Duffy.
He is trying his
That'll be
hardest
next
to win a
Tuesday.
case. Actually, Your Honor,
case.
RoboCop
is in jail right now. He's in Crazy Man jail. He's in Crazy Man jail.
I would like to ask for a continuance on this one on the grounds that we'd like to be able to build this case. I like to familiarize myself with all of this all over again.
With RoboCop?
Yeah,
I agree.
Going right. I'm gonna say I'm going right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just but golly, like you just want to you desperate now, like you
just want to win something. That's what it is.
We're gonna take RoboCop out.
Hey, Ramon. Here's an idea. Maybe you should be the defendant.
Maybe
maybe we could come up with maybe we could come up with some crazy hairball scheme where you could dissect. We can talk crazy too.
You guys want to see some of the t-shirts I bought from that link I sent you?
Yeah. Your Honor, thank you so much for being of sound
Even
mind.
though you didn't come to my wedding,
I know. I'm sorry.
But only because you got me a nice gift. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you got it? It came in the mail?
No, we haven't got it yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It should be on the way. Yeah. Yeah. So
that was actually good.
Even though it's what Roger wanted, it wasn't what I wanted.
It was actually good. I'm surprised nobody
wife picked
actually said.
I know.
I doctored.
Oh, we know.
Did you doctor that? Because I was wondering.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was just making sure. Ramon, I wasn't honestly sure.
I was like, they're gonna kill me on this, and nobody ever said it. I was like, oh.
No, I was just curious because I thought
rolled our eyes.
No, I was like, well, maybe. I'm like, no, I thought maybe you just happened to find a mistake in the movie. I'm like, damn, did he actually find a mistake in the movie?
No, he doctored it.
You talking about in the car?
With the car, yeah.
I thought like he zoomed in or something.
That's what he did.
No, I didn't zoom in. I took one.
No, he actually took him out. Yeah, I just thought he was just playing with the video. I'm like, he done did something with this video. I'm like,
the AI digitally filled it in for me.
Dude, I was like, this has got to be the most ridiculous trial. Like, this would have been thrown out in the real court.
I know there was 2 clips I didn't even get to because I'm like, after you start, I'm like, I don't even need these other clips. I'm like, because he's proving my point for me.
Like, right.
All right, I got this.
There's the whole freaking war cry at the end that got me.
Yeah, trait digger.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
somebody's gonna read that shirt wrong one day, and you're gonna be mad.
I know. It's one of them I want to show you last. Okay.
Oh, does that say 40 something?
40 children in disguise something.
Oh no, 40 something children in disguise.
Yeah.
Robots in disguise.
Yeah.
He'll probably wear that for RoboCop.
This one is probably one of my favorite ones that I'm putting to the side. I'm gonna show you that one last.
Okay, yeah, one of those little fidget spinners. Okay.
No, it's not a fidget spinner.
No, that's a Beyblade, isn't it? What is that?
It's a 45 adapter, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And then this one I showed you guys.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the Star. Yeah.
Yep.
Star Trek turntable, yeah.
They had a Cobra one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
And they're on sale now. These t-shirts are now $16. What's this one?
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
This is my favorite one right here.
And you grab the gripper shirts.
Yeah. Now this one's besides the Save Martha. This is my other favorite one. It's probably gonna take you a second to get.
That's funny. I like that one.
Yeah. Yo.
I was like, man, that's a real good shirt. Like,
yo, so we are at the midnight. I want to thank everybody.
We are way late.
I want to thank everybody for tapping in with us and having to deal with that grueling argument from the prosecution. But it's okay. Justice prevailed.
You all saw Superman leave that car and start that.
You know what?
And I warned you all. You had no idea where I was gonna go.
Because you went way left field.
Let me tell you,
that ball is still traveling left field.
Yeah.
I think though, like it would actually be a good idea to switch arguments, to switch sides, like on something. Like say, for example, like you know, like how you and I like have different opinions about Batman versus Superman. What if you try to argue in the affirmative and I argue in the negative?
We should do that. I think it'll be fun because I think
well, if we do, it won't be Batman versus Superman.
Well, no, we're not saying it has to be that, but we should switch roles.
Maybe it's like a RoboCop.
Yeah, we need to switch. We need to switch roles on something.
No, I want to know something that we're both passionate about.
Why don't you find something that I like and that you're going to say was the person did something wrong in it? That's your job to find.
Well, okay.
Well, since Ramon loves 84, so let's try to pick that part.
Right. So you have to argue against.
Let's talk about she's a creeper.
No, we're not arguing about a movie. You got to prosecute Wonder Woman.
No. That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Though, like we're gonna argue. When you argue the points, like you would argue against a movie or that you like. Or maybe we can even pick something about that movie or whatever, right? Just like how we did this.
Let's find something in that movie.
Something that you loved about it, But like, here's the thing though, like if I do Wonder Woman 84, we got to come back around and do Batman versus Superman or the Justice League Snyder cut.
I'm not watching that movie. I'm not watching that movie. I'm
All
not.
right, let's debate it later. Let's debate it later.
Yo. Hey, if you've been watching Tap In with Humble Kingz comic book show, let us know what you would like to see us argue about between Wonder Woman. Let us know if you'd like to see.
Yeah, bring the
Flynn
judge
argue
back
with-
again.
Yeah, bring the judge.
No, you were a great judge. So yeah, that was fun.
You only say that because
Much-
you won.
Yeah, a judge with a backbone.
No,
unlike GT.
honestly, no, you were a great judge. You listened. I saw you.
And I even got my Marvel shirt now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a great,
Oh, yeah.
you did a great job.
And
Oh,
I
you
like
did great.
I like that you
I
were
respect
unbiased.
the decision. I respect the decision.
Yeah, you
I
were
did
unbiased.
respect DTs.
You treated us the same. You gave us all the same threats, for contempt and all that.
Yeah.
So listen, folks, this has been the Humble Kingz comic book show. Man, once again, thank you to our very special guest, the Honorable Justice Jessica Hester. Justice Jessica Hester. That has a nice little ring to it.
It
Other
does,
than that,
doesn't it?
we look forward to doing this again sometime. In the meantime, we'll do our best to be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Grace and peace to y'all. Y'all be good.
Live long and prosper.
Stop doing that. That's just dweebish.
Adrian, you still ain't got nothing?
I threw my piece. I ain't got nothing. Hey.